Hare Krishna. Hello everyone, this is Bhanupriya. In this video, we are going to discuss about the concept of sampling. Sampling comes under statistics. Statistics is branch of mathematics. So before going to this concept, let me define what is population and sample. Statistical population is set of all measurement on data corresponding to the entire collection of unit for which an inference has to be made. Inference is nothing but conclusion. We want to conclude something about the population. I give example for the population: height of students in a college or weight of all students in a college. Sample is nothing but part of the population or subset of the population. It is neither possible nor practical to study about the population because which consisting of innumerable data. So, with the help of sample, we study about the population. This process is called sampling technique. We know mean, median, mode of these are all give characteristics about the statistical distribution. When these mean, median, mode and all calculated for the population, they are said to be parameter. If these are calculated for the sample, they are called statistics. So in everyday life, we are day-to-day life, we are applying sampling. Every man make an assessment of the population with the help of sample. For example, housewife, in order to check the boiling content of a rice, it is not possible to test the entire quantity. Rather, she may select some small quantity of the rice and check whether it is boiled or not. This technique is called sampling. This is more effective and which is economic also. And to be more accurate, that the result of the population to be more accurate, that depends on the choice of the sample. So here there are some types comes under, that is we have types of sampling. Sampling are classified into two. One is non-probability sampling and another one is probability sampling. Okay, under non-probability sampling we have three. They are deliberative, quota sampling and cluster sampling. We discuss one by one with an example. What is deliberative sampling? In this method of sampling, the samples the items are chosen in a predetermined criteria. This criteria is purely based on the choice of statistician or the person who do survey. For example, if a teacher wants to select 5 students in a class, she or he may select the student on her own desire, because of course teacher knows which students are capable in which activity. So in this method, the statistician's choice, he or she may have her own desire of selecting the sample. This is called deliberative. The name of deliberative sampling is otherwise called, we have another name of deliberative sampling, that is judgment sampling or purposive sampling. Now we have second type called quota sampling. So under quota sampling, the proportion of the subdivisions of the populations are determined and the samples are chosen. It should have the same percentage. Suppose for example, I have a population with 60% of men and remaining 40% are women. I should choose a sample in such a way that the sample should also in the same percentage, that is 60% of men and 40% of women. This is called quota sampling. And then we have cluster sampling. Under cluster sampling, instead of considering every individual unit as a element, we group the element into a cluster. Instead of selecting an individual unit, we select the cluster. This sort of sampling is more effective in the case the entire population, the individuals are not available. In such case, this type of sampling technique is very effective, and also this reduces the cost of the survey. Okay, this is called cluster sampling. Instead of selecting individual unit as a element of the sample, we select the group, that is called cluster way of sampling. Now we finished non-probability sampling. Let us discuss probability sampling. Under probability sampling, we have random sampling. Random sampling, in this method, the samples are chosen in such a way that every member has got equal chance for being selected. For example, I have 50 students in a class. Suppose I want to select one student in a class. So each student has got, the probability of selecting one student is going to be 1 out of 50. So this probability is remain same for every other student. That is, under random sampling, every member has got the equal chance for being selected. So under random sampling, we have two, that is restricted sampling and unrestricted sampling. Under restricted, the sampling being selected, that is without replacement. Suppose I have 52 cards in a pack of cards. I am selecting one card. As we all know, this is coming under random sampling. Every card has got equal chance, that is 1 out of 52 is the probability of selecting each card in a pack of cards. So suppose I am selecting one, I am not replacing it again. So in the out of remaining 51, again every card has got equal chance for being selected, that is 1 divided by 51. Whereas in the unrestricted sampling, I am picking a card and I am noting down the card and then again I am replacing. This sort of way of selecting a sample is called unrestricted sampling. So whether it is restricted sampling or unrestricted sampling, under random sampling, the population should be of homogeneous. Only then this process of sampling will be effective. Homogeneous in the sense that suppose we consider the height of the student, every entire population we should consider only the height. Or else suppose we consider weight of the student, we should consider only the weight. Or else marks obtained by the student, only the marks obtained by the student in a certain subject we should consider. This, I mean, the entire population should be of homogeneous, that is called random sampling. And secondly, we have stratified sampling. So under stratified sampling, the entire unit will be divided into some L unit. I mean, entire population will be divided. I am naming this population capital N, unit N. I am dividing the entire population into L unit, namely N1, N2, N3, etc. NL. I am dividing the entire population into L unit in such a way that there should not be any overlapping, that is, they are mutually distinct. And also exhaustive. Exhaustive in the sense N should be equal to N1 plus N2, etc. up to NL. How to select the sample in this method? And each N1, N2, N3 are called strata or stratum. How to select the sample? I am selecting small n1 from capital N1 and small n2 from capital N2 and so on small nl. That is n1 from n1, n2 from capital N2, etc. That is respectively. And this way of selecting the sample are called stratified sampling. Now we have systematic sampling. So systematic sampling, this is effective when we have the population with mass data, that is population consisting of enumerable data. Let me explain this with an example. Suppose I have 2000 students in a college. What we do is we name every student or we number every student, namely 1, 2, 3, etc. up to 2000. So suppose I want to select 5% of the student as a sample. So what I can do is from 1 to 20 I can randomly select any student, say 12, and 20 to 40 I can select 32, and 40 to 60 I can 12, in this way 12, 32, 52. So likewise I can, there is a systematic way of selecting the student is called systematic sampling. Then we have multi-stage sampling. As the name suggests, the procedure of selecting the sample is also step by step or stage by stage. In this sampling, the entire population will be grouped in a single group. I mean, this is first stage. In the second stage, again further we divide the group into two divisions, which is smaller than the previous one. In the third stage, again we divide the entire group into smaller one, which is smaller compared to the second stage. Likewise, we reduce the member, and finally we keep on proceeding this until we get our final stage. I can give an example for this method. Interview is one of the best example for this multi-stage sampling method, where the employer may conduct a written test or aptitude test to filter the student. That is called first stage. And the second stage, they may conduct a group discussion or demo. It depends on the job. Okay, that is called second stage. Likewise, the final stage will be personal interview or face-to-face interview. This way of selecting the sample is called multi-stage sampling. So now I think you all have a very good idea about this concept of sampling. I hope you all understood. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.